What does it take to build a nation and then defend it when everything is on the line? After the leadership of giants like George Washington, John Adams, and Thomas Jefferson, the United States faced one of its most dangerous tests yet. At the center of that storm stood a quiet, thoughtful leader, James Madison. Known as the father of the Constitution, Madison helped design the very system of government he would later lead. But his presidency, from 1809 to 1817, would be defined not by writing laws, but by surviving war, division, and uncertainty. This is the story of how a nation nearly collapsed, and how Madison helped hold it together. James Madison was born in 1751 in Virginia. Unlike many early American leaders, he was not a towering military figure or a fiery orator. Instead, Madison was known for his intellect. He studied political philosophy, history, and law, developing a deep understanding of how governments succeed and fail. During the formation of the United States, Madison became one of the most influential thinkers behind the Constitution. He played a key role in writing the United States Constitution and later helped draft the Bill of Rights. Before becoming president, he also served as Secretary of State under Thomas Jefferson, gaining valuable experience in foreign policy. In 1808, James Madison was elected president, continuing the leadership of the Democratic-Republican Party. But unlike his predecessor, Madison inherited a nation already under pressure. Tensions with Britain were rising. American ships were being seized. Trade was being disrupted. And at home, the economy was struggling. Madison entered the presidency at a time when the United States was still fragile and about to be tested in ways no one expected. The biggest challenge Madison faced was Britain. British forces were interfering with American trade and capturing American sailors, a practice known as impressment. Many Americans were furious. At the same time, British support for Native American resistance in the Western Territories created even more tension. Pressure began to build in Congress, especially from a group known as the War Hawks, who demanded action. Eventually, Madison made a decision that would define his presidency. In 1812, the United States declared war on Britain, starting the War of 1812. The War of 1812 did not start well for the United States. The military was unprepared, leadership was divided, resources were limited. Early attempts to invade Canada failed. At sea, however, the U.S. Navy found some success, winning important victories that boosted morale. Still, the war dragged on, and many Americans began to question whether it had been a mistake. Madison faced growing criticism, but he remained committed to defending the nation. In 1814, the war reached a devastating moment. British forces invaded Washington, D.C. They set fire to government buildings, including the White House. It was a shocking and humiliating event for the young nation. During the chaos, Dolly Madison, Madison's wife, famously saved important artifacts, including a portrait of George Washington. The Capitol was in ruins, but the country did not fall. Despite early failures, the United States began to recover. American forces achieved key victories, and resistance strengthened. One of the most famous moments came at the Battle of New Orleans, where American troops won a major victory. Ironically, this battle took place after a peace agreement had already been signed, but news had not yet reached the battlefield. Still, it boosted national pride and gave Americans a sense of victory. The war officially ended with the Treaty of Ghent. The treaty restored relations between the United States and Britain, but did not clearly declare a winner. However, for Americans, simply surviving the war felt like a victory. The United States had stood up to one of the world's most powerful nations and remained independent. Madison's leadership during this time helped stabilize the country. After the war, Madison focused on strengthening the nation internally. He supported the creation of a national bank and improvements to infrastructure. These policies helped stabilize the economy and prepare the country for future growth. The period following the war became known as the Era of Good Feelings, marked by increased national unity. James Madison left behind a powerful legacy. He was not the loudest leader, nor the most dramatic, but he was one of the most important. He helped design the Constitution. He guided the nation through war. And he proved that the United States could survive even its most difficult challenges. From architect of government to wartime president, Madison's impact is still felt today. James Madison once helped imagine a nation. Then, as president, he helped protect it. And in doing so, he secured the future of the United States. That is the story of America's fourth president. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Turn on the notification bell so you never miss an upload, and let me know your thoughts in the comments below. See you in the next video.